Hello, this is Steve Powers. Today I'm going to talk about Blender Video Sequence Editor. This is part two in a series of Blender tutorials I've been wanting to do for a while. So let's jump right into this. What we're going to do here today is to add a title at the beginning, overlay a watermark. Um, Normally I'll just let it come in and fade out. Um, Especially when I'm doing a tutorial on Blender, you have a lot of controls and you don't need a watermark blocking anything. Um, so we're going to add the title. It's going to fade into the video, same with the watermark. And we're only going to do 250 frames of the video that we're going to use. So first off, let's set up our interface. I'm going to use the default, then set it up manually. Split the screen here. N key to bring up the menu. I'm going to adjust my render settings here. 100%, 25 frames a second. Going to put these over to the tutorials, the Blender series, and this is going to be here and into renders. Hit enter to accept. Change this over to Xvid, though I don't know what the difference really is between the Xvid and the 264. I know it's an AVI, and in this case I could use it. You're going to change the codec anyways. I just want to make sure it's an AVI format. I can use DivX or 264. 264 usually gives me a little bit better quality, but at this situation I really don't notice much of a difference. Now we have the encoding there, and my audio codec I want to be MP3 at 320. Okay. Now file and control save. Now I can't use my shortcuts because I'm also using Cam Studios at the same time. I've screwed that up so many times, and I just happen to have the shortcuts to start and stop a video, which is very much like the save function. So maybe something I want to think about in the future to change. Okay, now we want to add a movie strip. In this case, we're going to use the video, which is part one of this series. And I'm going to select both this, right click on both, right click one, hold down the shift key, and right click another, and then hit the grab. Oops. Okay, so I thought I had them both selected, and bring them to frame one. Okay, I'm going to cut off the first 2 sections. Doesn't have to be too accurate right now because it doesn't really matter right now for me. And we're going to go to hard cut, which you can see it's Shift K. I'll show you how to use the GUI first, and then you can learn the shortcuts on your own. And then I select both of those. X to delete. Oops. Control Z. Select both. I want to delete them at the same time. X. Okay. Select. Shift and grab. Bring over to. Well, you know something? We're not going to do that. We're going to hit escape there. What we're going to do now, I did cut off the first 2 seconds, alright, so we don't hear anything, but let's add, I want to go to frame 1, and we want to add in a image. We can do, so what we have here is an image. Now I think this is an overlay. Text overlay, that's the logo. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to create an image from our first scene. So if I go to 50, okay, and you'll see that's still too much there. Okay, I want to drop those. Okay, so it's at 207. Okay, and what we're going to do here, we're going to make sure I have them both selected, hit strip and hit another hard frame, cut, select, delete both. Okay, now, so 207, alright? And this can be our first frame. So what I want to do here is hit image, okay, which takes that image, and we can image, save image as, I'm going to put this into images, and we're going to name this. Going to name this frame 1. Okay, it's not really frame 1, but it'll be easy enough to do it. Hit enter twice to save it. Hit exit, get out of there. Now, what we're going to do is go to frame 1, because that's really, we're at frame 50. Hit 1. Then we're going to add a strip, or add an image, excuse me, and we're going to add frame 1. Now, you can see it does the exact same thing. It just puts it willy-nilly wherever it wants to. Now, what I'll do is do this, and then if you right-click on that arrow, you can bring it up to here, which is right at 56. So it comes in, and we can overlay it just one. It really doesn't matter because it's going to be coming in. Okay, and what we're going to do is now, this is a shortcut to go right back to frame 1, by the way. You don't have to put it in here, you can just hit that. Now we're going to do that as a, just basically as a backdrop. So we can add another image over this, and this is going to be our text. And again, going to grab this, bring it over to 1. Okay. And grab and bring it over to here. Actually, we're going to do a little, I think we're going to do, yeah, we'll bring it up to 74. Bring this over to 74. What we're going to have is a little fade in, fade out. Now you can see this one actually blocks out the other. If you go over to here, I can change the opacity, just turn it on and off. Alright. So what we want to do is do a little, just an overlay, basically. And that's what this is going to be. So you can see the blend mode is cross. What we want is alpha over. And you can see now that because it's only a text file and has a opaque background or a transparent background, it's the alpha over. Had a black background, you can tell, by the way, if you just go back to the cross, which is the default, by the way. And you see how it's a black background? That's why. And that's when you're creating those, you have to make sure it does. So just do an alpha over, and there we go. And that's the first part of adding a text overlay. So if you have to make sure that it's got the right blend mode, and that goes in over to this. Now you can see where it just dropped right there, though, right? Okay, so in the next part, we're going to show you how to add just that.